how does the future of technology and the direction that we see things like NFTs and Web3 and all of the rest of this play into the idea and the future of the creator economy?
Yeah, so I suppose let's try and diagnose some of those things together. So if we look further forward, people have got used to creating and they can use all the tools as we've described at this moment in time for relatively few dollars to get their own or their company's brand out, or a highlight of both. So that bit there is going to continue, the basic tech. If you look at the websites or the social media websites that are in existence, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever, Instagram, they're going to continue for the next while. But if you notice, there will always be someone else coming along, because no one likes to follow what their mom and dad followed. There will always be something, but there's a shift. And what Kareem was referring to there is, if you look at the rise in blockchain technologies and NFTs, non-fungible tokens, then what you're starting to recognize is a shift towards, instead of someone or a big company owning our data, and you've seen the scandals and people are getting frustrated with that, it's about decentralizing the content so that everybody owns their own data and is then allowed to do something with it. And that shift is not only a technology shift, but it's also a shift in terms of mindset around monetization, as Kareem was mentioning a moment ago. If you think about it, all these platforms describe themselves as free, but they're not. The tax that we pay these websites is in our personal data, and it's in the blood, sweat, and often tears of content creators like ourselves, actually giving them content to encourage more people to come to the platform so that they can sell advertising. And what you're noticing a slight shift is creators like ourselves are starting to get really frustrated that we're spending hours and weeks and years building all this content, but getting no value back. That's playing into that decentralized economy, not only the data privacy, but the irritation about not getting paid and monetized for something that's making these companies billions and billions and billions. So you will start to see blockchain and NFTs happening in bigger space. At the same time, you've seen the growth in the gamer economy, where you're talking about hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of people who are used to living and playing, or probably spending as much time as living and playing in these games, where micropayments enabled by blockchain or other technologies are taking place. And it's become so apparent that this is and works, and that these folks are more or less our next trained, and I use the word metaverse audience. And that's where things are going to aim. You'll have heard the phrase a little while ago, because Microsoft changed its name to Meta. The metaverse is a place, instead of this 2D reality, like a Zoom call or whatever else, where you'll get your own avatar, you get to put on the kit that allows you to touch and feel. That will become ever so more important and growing important. So content creators like ourselves will have to shift into the metaverse. Brands will have to shift into the metaverse as well. So all of a sudden, you have a whole set of new experiences and a whole set of new places to create. And you may have to create avatars and advertising and do talks like this somewhere else. And the existing media those will continue to expand. And hopefully, to goodness, it will offer more people more opportunities to express themselves in different ways, and companies the same. The key thing, and the only thing that will remain the same, is the content creators that put out tremendous amounts of value and do it in an honest way, not the influencer who put stuff out and pretend to own it and get paid a fortune in the background, but don't let on that they're doing that. Those that create tremendous value, no matter what platform they're in, will succeed. But as a content creator myself, I hope I not only succeed, but get the financial rewards for it. It's not why I'm doing it, but I certainly didn't set out to make LinkedIn, Facebook, or whoever else billions and billions of dollars a year, with the risk that I could get banned tomorrow morning and my content and my connections and everyone else disappear around me, which is why I rant very often about not just staying on a platform like LinkedIn, but distribute your audience in as many places as you can, including your own website, so you protect yourself.